Alright guys, welcome back to the channel for another unboxing, or rather pack opening or something. But anyways, we are doing the Dragon Ball Evolve Super Saiyan Trunks figure by Bandai. I recently did an unboxing for the Dragon Stars Goku Black figure. And if you watched that video, you definitely know I had my issues with it. This figure obviously is not quite the same scale as the Goku Black. However, it does look pretty nice, and surprisingly, it's got a very nice price point, roughly around $10 retail, while the Dragon Star stuff comes in at roughly around $20. $25 in some places, but usually $20. But to make this a fair comparison to see if it's actually worth it or not, I brought our old friend Goku Black from the dead, which I figured out the trick with the laser gimmick. His energy blade, I figured out how to use it instead of just using it on his middle finger like a jerk. So we're going to open Trunks. We're going to make some comparisons between him and Dragon Star's Goku Black, which doesn't look like there's too much of a scale difference. A slight one, but not too much. But we're going to check them out and see what the quality difference is and see if these bad boys are worth it. There are 3 figures in this set. We've got the Ultra Instinct Sign Goku, the Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta, and then, of course, the Trunks, which, man, I love Trunks. I kind of wish it was designed after, you know, original first appearance Trunks when he showed up and sliced Frieza in half. But this one still looks pretty damn cool when it comes to the sword, so why not? So let's go ahead and rip her open, let her breathe. And we're going to see how good this figure is. But yeah, man, I've always loved Trunks. You know, I was one of those people when I was a kid. I watched Dragon Ball on Cartoon Network. And, you know, where it only got up to, like, halfway through the Frieza saga, then stopped and would just loop over and over and over for, like, 3 years straight. So, I know the struggle. But, man, I've never just not liked Dragon Ball stuff. It's always been very cool to me, and he just slides right out. No straps or protection in there. Well, right off the bat, there's a slight glaring issue. I don't think it's really an issue, it just looks kind of weird, and that's with that hip joint right there. I mean, it's just kind of like a big open gap. Which, I mean, I guess gives you more flexibility and posing options, which I'm not against, considering this stupid piece of crap's legs fell off, and so did the head, pretty much right of getting out of the box. Like I said, if you haven't seen that video, go check it out. It was very shocking to see how easily this thing was just falling apart straight out of the box. And that's the Dragon Stars figure. But let's go ahead and look over them real quick. And, you know, pretty basic on the deco, Capsule Corp symbol there on the shoulder. But man, this thing, surprisingly, for a $10 figure, seems to have a lot of, like, posability with it, which I find pretty refreshing. A lot of figures at that price point don't really have that level of functionality. I mean, look at the arms. It's even got those jointed, like, shoulder areas there, which a lot of the new WWE Ultimates figures are starting to have. So that's pretty damn cool, too. I mean, you can see inside the ball joint there. Obviously, it's not going to be perfect when you have these types of joints on them. There are going to be some obvious holes and crevices, which is kind of the downside to figures that have this kind of design to them. I mean, look at that. I mean, crazy amounts of posability to it, which is really nice because, man, some Dragon Ball characters, you really do want to pose them up like they're doing some kind of awesome thing. Like, and I'm pulling on this, and it's not coming off, man. So that I've got no complaints with. The face and the head look good. Pretty basic Trunks design, but I do like it. The sword comes out of the sheath. The sheath does not detach, which I actually don't mind either. That's fine with me. Let's see how the sword fits. Yeah, fits right in, no issues, and it's actually really snug, which I appreciate that a lot. But yeah, you can sit there and, yeah, like, I'm really surprised by how well that sword holds in place, and I wonder if there's enough flexibility in the shoulders that you can get both hands on it, because I think that's a really cool. Yeah, see, now that's awesome. You don't have a lot of figures that can do that, man. I really freaking appreciate that. That's fantastic. Yeah, like, weird, like, leg, thigh, hip joints aside, this figure's fantastic, man. For a $10 figure, this is pretty good. I mean, like I said, scale-wise, yeah, not quite as big as the Dragon Stars, but it's pretty damn close. I mean, if you really put them back to back, And, you know, excuse me, Trunks is, you know, if you talk about actual size in the show, he's not really that much smaller than Goku. But it's close enough that, I mean, I think you could still get away if you had a display of these, man. This is, I don't know, like the Bandai one, or the Dragon Stars ones, you know, they have quite a bit of, like, posability options and stuff in them, too. But that weird stuff with the joints really threw me off. And it is a slightly better quality of plastic, like, it's a little heavier than these. But, like, I don't know. Like, I honestly like this figure substantially better. Let's look at the, you know, ankle joints move very smoothly. The knees are good too, single joint knees. I said the hips, a lot of movement flexibility there. Really appreciate that. The torso can completely come off apparently. So that's new. Okay, so and I should have expected that with a figure that's kind of like this. They have these single ball joint connectors. Jazzwares figures from AEW typically have that same kind of situation. So if anything, you can almost compare this to somewhat of a Jazzwares AEW wrestling figure, if you're familiar with those, in terms of how the torso and the arms are. So, you know, they may be able to detach so you can do, like, some, you know, body swapping stuff. Which, I mean, hell, it's a $10 figure. Why not? But, man, like, I'm really impressed by this dumb little... It's such a stupid little thing. But, man, it's so cool because, you know, I had that video pretty recently where I unboxed the McFarlane Toys Etrigan the Demon figure, and we could not get the hands to two-hand the sword that came with them, which really bummed me out. But man, like, this feels like you could, like, really just get into it and have him do a really sweet, like, look at that, man. Like, that is incredible. Let me get the bubble out of the way. You know, and it stands well. Like, this is, man, guys, if you're a Dragon Ball fan, I actually really recommend this. I'm going to pull the packaging back over so you see these again. You can typically find these at Targets, and I think Walmart, some Walmarts have them too. Like I said, they're called Dragon Ball Evolve, and they're made. It's a Bandai product, so it's not like it's a knockoff or anything like that. You know, licensed Toei. But man, holy cow, this is incredible. Like, I may actually have to go back and try to pick up the Gogeta Blue now. This is very impressive. Guys, honestly, really outside of how easy the torso detach, and even that's, like, you know, I don't think really a bad thing. If you're wanting something to kind of put in a display to look awesome, I would definitely go with these. Dude, man, this is a 10 out of 10 figure for me. This is absolutely outstanding. I mean, because you can do all kinds of poses with this dude because of the flexibility in the joints. And, I mean, you could even probably put him on one of those McFarlane flight stands and kind of put the sword and the, you know, the hands together behind his head. And you can even do the coming down from the air slash with him, too. I think it would look pretty awesome. Yeah, look at that, man. That is fantastic. Dude, bang up job, Bandai. Like, these are, for a $10 figure especially, like, this is unreal good. And the sword's not, like, real flimsy either, which is, well, I'll set Trunks to the side for a second. The sword's not real flimsy. Like, it's a pretty, you know, there's some bend to it, obviously, but, I mean, it looks good. You know, nothing too complicated. This is just tremendous, guys. I recommend this, big time. If I don't keep pulling him off of his base like a moron. But yeah, man, solid figure. Yeah, 10 out of 10. Maybe, you know, conservatively, if we want to be somewhat critical about the waist detachment thing, a 9 out of 10. But dude, this thing is awesome. Check it out. Dragon Ball Evolve Trunks figure. Dude, super, super cool. I think if they wanted to improve this figure at all, maybe some extra hands. But obviously at that price point, you're really not going to get that. You got a sword. I mean, that's pretty damn good. If anything, I'm way more impressed with this than I was with this. But guys, that's going to wrap it up for this video. Thank you for checking it out. Remember to follow me over on Instagram at CollectingRaj. And also, don't forget to hit that like button. please subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification button. I put videos up all the time. And you can check out all the unboxings and pack openings that I'm constantly seeming to kick out. But that's going to wrap it up. Thank you as all for this. Take a shot, guys. Take a shot. But that's going to wrap it up. Thank you all for your love and support. Thank you for checking out the video. And as always, have yourselves an awesome week.